Testing. Hello, hello. Testing. All right. I think everything's working. Um, cool. So last time, actually really quick, by the way, have I opened this function that I was working on for the translation app. Um, I think I'm gonna skip that today. It's getting a little, uh, I don't know, a little late. I don't want to mess with it tonight, but I'm not gonna forget about that. I will finish that. There's a few other things I started before too. There was a couple games I want to finish those as well at some point. But tonight, as long as I'm on, probably won't be too long. I'm going to um, work on learning Svelte. First time using it, and well, used it a while back, but first time recently of using it. First time using Svelte Kit. And I'm going to be learning TypeScript, which I've done a little bit before, but not much. And then uh, also possibly some Python. I have worked with Python recently, but I'm still pretty new to it. But my goal is to build a stock screener or scanner with these tools. I was gonna go without TypeScript and just use Svelte with. Well, originally I was going to use React because I'm a little bit familiar with React, but I decided I want to finally use Svelte and learn it because I've been kind of putting it off a little bit. And I don't know if this really matters. I think React would work fine, but I want this thing to be really fast if it does need to be. Um, it will probably mostly be useful on a back end where there's no UI, and it would help make decisions for a bot to decide which stocks to trade. But I also want to make a front end just to have a project to work on to learn Svelte, but also I think it could be useful. The idea is it will like display, it's like a list of stocks and they'll pop up if they meet the criteria based on filters and go away if they don't. Or maybe they'll pop up on the top of the list and the list will just keep growing. I don't know. I have to figure that out. But I want list to like work really fast. I don't know if I need Svelte for that, but from what I know, it's fast. So um, yeah, I'm gonna try to learn it. And really, it's more about just learning Svelte than anything else. Also, TypeScript again, I was originally planning on just using JavaScript for this Svelte project, but figure, hey, might as well just learn everything. So I'm going to try to do TypeScript with Svelte and also some Python. So I'm kind of learning a bunch of new stuff at once, stuff I have a little bit of experience with. Probably the most of all these three. I have some experience with Python, but pretty new to all of them. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. I just think it would be cool to have a project in mind as I'm going through this stuff. Okay, I'm probably just gonna start just looking through the tutorial. I did do this a while back. The tutorial looked different, but I remember doing this on your website a while ago. But I'm gonna do it again, get a refresher. First thing to note is I was in this getting started page. Excuse me, and I guess the first thing to note is you can create pages by adding files to the source routes. So I guess in here is where I'll be adding uh, pages. Um, okay. Next thing I want to look at the project structure and just figure out how that works. Typical Svelte project structure looks like this. Okay. We have source. Wait, actually, Yeah, this is my stock scanner. Last time I did look at their this is their demo app that comes with SvelteKit CLI tool that creates a new project, and they have a demo app in there that you can create. I realized, I think, why I was running so slow. It's because I didn't even realize it hits the back end, I'm pretty sure, to create those to-dos. Um, and I imagine their back end's probably overloaded. So that's probably an issue why it runs so slow. But I might refer to that if I'm getting stuck on some stuff, just as an example, or I might open it up pretty soon. Anyways, actually, let me open that right now and I'll follow along with this and see how they lay out the files based on this project structure. So there's some routes. Okay, so there's an about page, a to-dos page, a layout. Not sure. Okay. And these have a plus sign in front of them. Not sure what that means yet. Is that part of the file name or is that like something else? Yeah, it's part of the file name. Okay. Lib, provide folder, header. Interesting. So the lib seems to be components, kind of, if I'm not mistaken. And the routes is the pages. And this is, I guess, the main entry point page, like the home page or whatever. This would be like, I guess, app.js, this layout. I'm not sure. Let me think. Import header from. Actually, oh, these are two different. Oh, I think these are two different like pages. One of them is a counter, and one of them is that to-do list, I think. Yeah, try editing. I don't know. Anyways, let's look at this. Your lib files, params, your param matchers. Okay, I guess that means like /doc/project structure would be params, although I'm not sure. Routes, I mean, you could also say those are parts of routes, but anyways, app.html. Is that in here? I don't remember that being in here. Yep. That's actually your main like HTML that you put. What is this now? Heads, body. Uh, Let me see if I can find this somewhere else in the project. No, that's the only place. Okay. All right, let's keep going. App.js or an app.html hook. Okay, don't know what that is. Static, your static assets. And I think all that's in there is a fave icon. No, there's more. Well, it's pictures or static assets. Let's see. Tests, yep. Package JSON, svelte config, PS config, Vite config. Let's look at these really quick. Vite. Vite is what is Vite? It's like let's see if I can figure this out. Vite. It's what do you call this thing? Build tool. It has build command. Okay. All right. TS config. That's for TypeScript. Allow JS. I wonder if I should allow JS. Probably it's a good idea. Svelte.config.js, import adapter. Let me make this font a little larger. Let's restart to update that really quick. Shouldn't take too long. Let's see. Settings. Font. Oh, there it is. Let's make that 20. I think that should hopefully not be too big. It's pretty big, but it's fine. All right. User support. Um, let's go back to the project structure. You can also find common files, get ignore, and configuration files. So, felt config, preprocess. More information about preprocessors. Okay, there's nothing in here now, I guess. Unless this is something. Adapter, don't know what that is. Method override. Okay. Alright, let's keep going. Source directory contains the meat of your project. Lib contains library code which can be imported via the lib alias or package of distribution using Focus package. Okay, I think those are like components basically. That makes sense. Params contains any param matchers your app needs. Oh, was I already reading this? Yeah. Wait. Routes contains your routes. Yep. App HTML is your page template. HTML document containing the following placeholders: Svelte head link and script elements needed by the app plus any Svelte head content. Svelte body, the markup for rendered page, relative path from the page. Svelte assets a relative path from the page to path assets. What? Okay. Svelte nonce. For manually include links and scripts if used. I think this is security thing. Yeah. Okay. Hooks contains your application's hooks. Okay, what are hooks? And optional hooks. Exports 3 functions, all optional that run on the server. Handle, error, external fetch. This function runs every time the Svelte server receives a request, whether it happens while the app is running or during pre-rendering, and determines a response. It receives an event object representing the request and function called resolve. Okay. Okay. Let's read about that later, I think. What else? Wait, hooks today. I service worker contains your service worker. Yeah. You can use TS instead of JS files if using TypeScript. Okay. Tests. If you choose to test your projects, they will live in this directory. I don't remember them asking about tests at all. Oh, it was yeah, there was that, huh? What did it ask about? There was some other thing. Hold on. It's something I've not heard of yet. Let's go back. Let's make a project really quick. This felt good. Felt good. I don't think of the name of that. Continue. No. let's see. I have to. You know what I could do is the demo app in JS too, instead of TypeScript, just to see the difference. So that was Playwright. That's what it was. Playwright. Okay. Playwright. Testing. Fast, reliable end-to-end testing for modern web apps. Any browser, any platform, one API. Auto wait. Okay. Who uses this? What is this company? Oh, Material UI. It's like that looks familiar. It's I don't know. So it's like React testing library or Puppeteer or both. I don't know. And then an assertion library as well. Okay. Anyways, I'll mess with that later, maybe. I have enough to learn. All right, close that. Vite. Okay, back to this. Package JSON must include Svelte Kit, Svelte, and Vite as dev dependencies. Let's see what's in there. Some script. Yeah. Only two non-dev dependencies. A font and cookie. Okay. I wonder if that cookie is for that CSV. Maybe. Well, it's just for whatever. I don't know. Anyways, okay, static test package. Failed config JS contains a configuration. I'm not gonna go through all the stuff in there right now. Um, type checked JS. Really? I did not know that was a thing. Type checked JS. I mean, I knew about type of, but what? Yes, check. I knew that. Whatever. Since Svelte kit relies on certain configuration being set in a specific way, it generates its own TS config. I wonder if that JS version has the type check JS setup. Let's see. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, I'll have to look into that more later. Velka project is really just a Vite project that uses Svelte Kit Vite plugin along with any other Vite configuration. Okay. Other files test if you choose to add tests during npm create. I already read them. Velkit. Okay. As you develop and build your projects, Velkit will generate files in a .svelte-kit directory. Configurable as out there, you can ignore its contents and delete them at any time. They'll be regenerated when you next build or dev. Okay, great. You'll see references to standard web APIs that Svelte builds on top of. Rather than reinventing the wheel, we use the platform, which means your existing web development skills are applicable to SvelteKit. Conversely, time spent learning SvelteKit will help you be a better web developer elsewhere. These APIs are available in all modern browsers and in many non-browser environments like Cloudflare Workers, Deno, Vercel Edge functions during development, and in adapters for node-based environments, including AWS Lambda. They're made available via polyfills where necessary for now. Okay, yeah. In particular, you'll get comfortable with the following. Fetch APIs. Okay, I know it a little bit. I've used it. Request. Yep. You can use this to do stuff, caching and stuff, and also just get requests. Yeah, form data response. An instance of response is returned. Uh-huh. Headers interface allows you to read incoming headers and set outgoing response headers. Yep. Stream APIs. Most of the time, your endpoints will return complete data as in the user agent example above. Sometimes you may need to return a response that's too large to fit into memory in one go, or is delivered in chunks. And for this, the platform provides streams: readable stream, writable stream, transform stream. Okay, URL APIs are represented by the URL interface. Yep, used that before. Web crypto, I haven't really messed with this, but okay. It's for security stuff. And I haven't really messed with those streams. I've done streams in Node. Headers interface. Right, okay. Routing. At the heart of SvelteKit is a file system based router. The routes of your app, your own paths the users can access, are defined by the directories in your code base. Okay. That's actually how it has always been, right? Like you could have, am I right about that? What am I thinking of? I don't know. But you have a bunch of folders, and then based on the folder path, or that's how like Apache web server works. I don't know. Based on the folder path, that will be the path like this, um, in your URL, and it will load the index.html from those folders. Okay. Routes, source routes about, creates an about route. Source routes, blog slug creates a route with a parameter slug that can be used to load data dynamically when a user requests a page like blog hello world. You can change routes to a different directory by editing the project config. Nah, that's fine. Okay. Each route directory contains one or more route files, which can be identified by their plus prefix. Okay, route files. So these are route files with plus that we saw earlier. Plus page felts. Page felt component defines a page of your app. By default, pages are rendered both on the server and in the browser by default. Okay. Oh, okay. About this site to do home. Okay. I don't know what this is. Nope. Socket uses A elements to navigate between routes rather than a framework specific link component. Makes sense. Page.js. Often a page will need to load some data before it can be rendered. For this, we add a page.js or page.ts module that exports a load function. Okay. For this, all right. This function runs alongside, which means it runs on the server during server-side rendering and in the browser during client-side navigation. See load for full details of the API. Okay, if your load function can only run on the server, for example, it needs to fetch data from a database, or you need to access private environment variables like API keys. Then you can rename page.js to page.server.js. Okay. Right. Don't think we need to mess with this for now. Okay, so far we've treated pages as entirely standalone components. On navigation, the existing page felt component will be destroyed and a new one will take place. But in many apps, there are elements that should be visible on every page, such as top level navigation or footer. Okay, layout. All right, cool. Makes sense. To create a layout that applies to every page, make a file named layout.svelte. Wait, that's what it looks like? Page layout. Yeah. What is slot? Is that slot? Um, MDN? A slot element, part of Web Components technology suite, is a placeholder inside a web component that you can fill with your own markup. Okay. For example, let's add a nav bar. There's a nav bar. If we create pages for, then the nav will always be visible. What did it just say about this, by the way? So far, we've treated pages as entirely upon navigation, the existing page file component will be destroyed. Oh, right. That's that. All right. So let's make a um let's make a I don't know scanner route, I guess. Just for fun. New file dot dot plus page svelte. Okay. Um H1 scanner page. Okay. And then let's put like a layout, new file plus layout dot svelte out here. And what is this supposed to look like? Let's see. Okay, like a header, a footer, and a main slot. Okay, header, header, footer, footer, and a main slot. Main slot. All right. Wonder what formatting does. Okay, cool. So let's see what we get from that. I guess supposed to reload. Did I shut that down? I don't remember doing that, but I did. I guess. What's the command? For some reason it's not coming up for me. When I hit up, copy and paste. Okay, there's the header and the footer. And if I go to, let's say, what was the one? Scanner? Scanner page, header and footer. So that slot thing is by default. How does this work again? We create pages and then suppose we don't have a single, we have nested like profile, settings, notifications with a shared submenu. You can create a layout that only applies to pages below settings while inheriting the root layout. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in here. Probably don't need to worry about right now. I skipped error. If an error occurs during load, yeah, okay. So far, we've treated pages as entirely standalone components. Will be destroyed and a new one will take its place, but in many apps or elements, it should be visible on every page. For example, okay, so let me see if I do, can I do a layout in here too for this layout? Um, H1 scanner layouts, slot. Let's see what that does. Scanner layout. So it has that. What? Seriously? It's on every page? Huh, okay. Um, should make this, oh, it's so large. I thought it was something different. Thought it would definitely work different than, let's see. The only requirements of component include slots. Layouts can be nested. Suppose we don't have a single. It only applies to settings. Settings, layout, felt. What's layout dot svelte? Huh? Am I not doing that? Shouldn't it? Should shouldn't it not apply to this? Or wait, it doesn't, does it? Hold on, let me see this. Oh, interesting. Okay. I needed a slash. I don't know what was happening. Canner? There we go. And there's a scanner layout. Okay, that makes sense. All right, cool. That makes sense. I think there were just some, I don't know. Yes. Layout.js. Yep. Like page layout.js cannot. Okay, page all. Da, da, da. To run your layouts load function on the server, move it. Run your layouts load function on the server, move it to layout.server.js. Okay, same thing we saw before for the page, basically. As well as pages, you can define routes with a server, full control over the response. Throughout the examples, we've been importing types. Yeah, I was asking about this earlier. From types.d.ts file. This is a file Svelte creates for you in a hidden directory if you're using TypeScript. I think this is that thing I was looking at earlier, the type check JavaScript. Creates for you in a hidden directory if you're using TypeScript. To give you types A2 when working with your root files. Hmm. I don't know. I'll get into that later. Any other files inside a root directory are ignored by SvelteKit. This means you can co-locate components and utility modules with the routes that need them. If components and modules are needed by multiple routes, it's a good idea to put them in. Okay. Advanced routing. I'm not going to get into that right now. Loading data. I'm not going to get into that right now. Hook theme. Where are we at? I think I'm going to move on to the introduction basics. All right. Welcome to the Svelte tutorial. This will teach you everything you need to know. Svelte is a tool for building fast web apps, similar to JavaScript frameworks such as React, but there are crucial differences. Yep. You don't, you can build your entire app with Svelte, or you can add it incrementally to an existing code base. That's pretty cool. This part. You can also ship components as standalone packages that work anywhere without the overhead of a dependency on a conventional framework. That's cool too. I think that's the idea of like web components, which I have not messed with at all, but I watched some videos about a long time ago. How to use this tutorial. You'll need to have, yeah, as you progress, you'll be presented with many exercises. Later chapters build on knowledge. Okay. Each tutorial will have a show me button. It's pretty cool how it's like, yeah, quizzes you, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. And Svelte, an application is composed from one or more components. A component is a reusable self-contained block of code that encapsulates HTML, CSS, and JS that belong together written into a Svelte file. Simple component. Yep. It just has the HTML parts. Hello world. Next. Component that just renders some static markup isn't very interesting. Let's add some data. First, add a script tag. Okay. Script. Let name equals. Well, then we can refer to name in the markup. Inside curly braces, we can put any JavaScript we want. Try changing name to uppercase for a shoutier greeting. Hello. Name. Okay. Um, name dot to uppercase. Cool. Next. You can use curly braces to control element attributes, just like you use them to control text. Okay. Our image is, so it says like, kind of like props, I guess, in React. Just like you can use them to control text, our image is missing a source attribute. Let's add one. Source equal source. Ah, nice. Image should have an alt attribute when building web apps. Yeah. Hmm. Let's Felt Kit. Let's Felt will help you by warning you if you write inaccessible markup. Let's see if that's true. In Svelte Kit, at least. Image. Source equals no source. Is that Svelte? Yeah. I wonder, PNG. Or can I use, okay, nice. Alright. Okay, source alt. We can use curly braces. Inside attributes. Try changing it to name answers. What? Remember to declare name variable, right? Yeah. I'll let name equals right. And name answers alt equals name. No, it's in quotes. Come on. Dances. Cool. How do you see alt text? Rick dances. Okay, cool. We can use, right, shorthand attributes. It's not uncommon to have an attribute where the name and value are the same. Like source spelled because it's a convenient shorthand for these cases. That's kind of nice, I guess. Okay. Just like in HTML, you can add a style tag to your component. Let's add some styles to the key element. Color, green. I don't know, green. Um, Identifier expected. All right, I shouldn't even put a tag in there. All right, selector. Does this have? Nah. Okay. Green. That's hard to see. Purple. It's kind of hard to see too. Purple. Font. Family. Um, Comic Sans. MS. Cursive as a backup. Let me see this. What if we get rid of that? Font size to EM. Importantly, these rules are scoped to the component. You won't accidentally change the style of the elements elsewhere in your app, as we'll see in the next step. That's nice, because by default, unless things have changed, React does not have that for CSS files, unless you use CSS modules. Okay, by default. It would be impractical to put your entire app inside a single component. Instead, we can import components from other files and then I'm going to go for about 10 more minutes, probably about 10 o'clock, and I'm going to get offline. It would be impractical to put your entire app in a single component. Instead, we can import components from other files and then use them as though we were including elements. We now present you two files in the editor on the right upper bar to click on. Okay. Each file hold a component that is a reusable self-contained block. Yep. So let's add a script tag to app.svelte. Do you put the script above or below? Or does it matter? Probably doesn't matter. Okay. Let's um equals paragraph. Right. Fine. Alright, cool. And then so to bring in another component, we just use the import syntax. Import nested from nested.svelte. Okay. And then use the component in the app markup. This is another paragraph. Let's put it inside a div instead, just to see. Okay. Cool. Let's see how this ends up. Body nested. Whoops. This is what I want down here. Body inside the div is the other. Cool. Let's see if I can change. Let's see. Style. the font or color or green. Cool. Two different colors, two different components. All right. Also notice the component nested is capitalized. Yep. Standard. Ordinarily, strings are inserted as plain text, meaning that characters like that have no special meaning. But sometimes you need to enter or render HTML directly into a component. For example, the words you're reading right now exist in a markdown file that gets included on this page as a file of HTML. In Svelte, you do this with a special at HTML. Okay. Paragraph HTML. So this should be like bold and we're done, right? Yeah. Okay. Svelte doesn't perform any sanitization. In other words, if you use this feature, it's critical. You manually escape HTML that comes from sources you don't trust. Yep. This tutorial is designed to, by the way, let's see how big this is. It's pretty big. Okay. Where are we right now? HTML tags? We're on making an app. All right, I'll stop here actually. This will be a good place to stop. Maybe. Yeah, I'll stop here. And continue with this next time. Cool. This tutorial is designed to get you familiar with the process of writing components, but at some point you'll want to start writing components in the comfort of your own text editor. I've already done this. Or, yeah. Don't worry if you're relatively new to web development and haven't used these tools before. We prepared a simple step-by-step guide which walks you through the process. That's what I just read earlier. I'll read that before I stop here. It's not that long. You also want to configure your text editor. There are plugins. You already have that. Once you've got your project set up using Svelte component, using Svelte components is easy. Compiler turns each component into a regular JavaScript class. Just import it and instantiate with new. Then once you get your project set up, just import and instantiate with new. Const app equals new app. Okay. You could then interact with the app using the component API if you need to. Uh, Making an app. Import app from app.svelte. Is that anywhere in this project? Or so you don't really need to do this. It's just if you want to do this, right? Yeah. Maybe when I keep moving on, I'll understand what they mean. Needing to do this or when you would want to do that. Right now, I don't quite get it. let me make a component. Put it in, you could put it in scanner, really, but just to test out this lib folder, let's first create it. I wonder if I do like lib, and I'll start with lib. Let's do it right. Let's do, we'll call it row. I don't know what to call it right now. And we'll say H1. We'll say just H2. And we'll say H1, whatever. A row. Okay. And then if I go to, let's say, scanner page, and then I put, how did they lay that out, by the way? Import app. I should look on this. So they have the script at the top, and the style at the bottom. Seems to be how they do it, which makes sense. I can see the style being at the top as well, but it's fine. I'm gonna follow that pattern. So I'm gonna put the script. I'll put some style on this too. Why not? Give it a shot. H1 color green. See what it does. Do you need semicolons in font size? Yeah, I think you do. Right. Font size, yeah, 50, rem, and up here, let's go with script. Let's try some stuff. So let's test equals test bar, scanner page, test. See what that looks like. Just want to like try it out for real. Scanner page var or test var, right? And it's green. Okay. And the import. How do they do it? Is it just okay? App from apps files. So this would be row from uh, lib slash row dot svelte. I have no idea if that's gonna work. Something's wrong there. It's not that, is it? No. Row is declared but never right. Let's throw it right here, I guess, inside a div. Row. Row. Wrong thing. A row. Alright, that's cool. What's, I don't know. I can't find row. What? What does that mean? I do want to try this. Lib2. Like, are these all based on variables, or lib is a special variable? Not find module lib2. So I think lib is special. That name is only, yeah. Wonder why I'm getting that warning now. Like this counter So in here, /header, where's the counter? A little bit confused here. Import, I'll say counter dot svelte. There it is. Why is that giving me problems? What did I do differently? Is it because of this? Maybe? I don't think so. Like, why would the lang TypeScript matter? It's kind of weird because it's um, working. What am I doing here? Let me copy this over and just like look at them side by side. Oh, we have a slash row SVELT. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe if I close this and reopen it. Oh, probably something to do with the TypeScript. I think. Let me see. Let me see what's up here. I don't care about any of that. Where's that? Maybe not. I don't know. Close it. Um, I think. Actually, I think I know what it is. I don't know. By the way, I really like having to click twice to get to everything. It's pretty nice. Windows. I know there's like some way to disable that, but I don't want to mess with it. It should be way easier to fix. So, import counter. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll do it next time. I think I'm gonna stop there. It's a good place to stop. Um, if anybody's watching, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.